All right, I think we are live. Okay, let me check. Let me check. There it is. Yep, we are live. Hey, y'all. Hey, everybody. Okay, so y'all know I got to get. Hey, guys. Hey, Tamika. Hey, y'all. Hey, so I'm looking at my phone and the camera at the same time. Hey, you guys. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Y'all ready for this word? Hello, Eva. Hey, y'all. Go ahead and like, share. Go ahead and like and share. I'm sorry, I'm looking at the phone. I promise you, I see y'all giving me the love in the chat. Hey, y'all. How y'all doing? Hey, Tamika. Hey, Eva. Go ahead and share. Start those watch parties. We are excited. Listen, I don't know what God is about to do during this hour, but he's about to do something. We are excited. Hello, hello. Go ahead, tag your friends, share, get them in. It is 5:58. We are a little bit early. We're going to start at 6 o'clock. We're going to be on time. That's why we're here early. Hello, hello. Good to see y'all. Good to see everybody. I am, for those of you who do not know me, the visionary of HR Ministries, Charissa T. And listen, I have two queens here with me this evening. They are going to share who they are in just a moment, but we're going to wait for a few minutes. Let's get some more people to pop on here. Go ahead and share. I'm going to go ahead and share as well and invite some folks. Get ready for this word, whatever God is going to do on this evening. Go ahead, start your watch parties, as my sister would say. Share, tag your friends, let them know that we are live. We are live. Hello, I see y'all. Hey, Eva, nice to see you, sweet girl. Hey, Letitia. Hey, Shirley. Come on. Go ahead, keep sharing. Thank y'all for the hearts and the likes. Yep. I see y'all. Hey, I'm looking on my phone. I promise you. See, I see y'all. I see you guys. Hey, y'all. How y'all doing? 6 people. Come on. Keep it coming. Hey, guys. Hey, I am excited about, it's 5:59. Excited about what God is getting ready to do. My ladies, my queens, they feeling it too. I don't know what he's doing, but yep. He's doing something. So go ahead and invite your people. We're going to try to make this is 6 o'clock, y'all. It's 6 o'clock on the dot. We're going to go ahead and get this party started. So hello again, everyone who is joining live. I am Charissa T, visionary of HR Ministries, and I am very excited for this Facebook Live session on this evening. So let me tell you a little bit how we got here. And I'll go and introduce these queens, and we're going to get this party started. So maybe, I think that was, Tisha, help me out, 2019. We sent out a survey, I think 2019, 2020, I think. I can't remember. Time is just, it's all running in together. But we sent out a survey to some of our followers and asked them what would they like more, information about. And so one of the things they wanted us to talk about, yep, sis, thank you. She said 2019. One of those things they wanted us to talk about was mentorship. And so, yep, last year, you were absolutely right. So last year I did a Facebook Live about mentorship, and it was just me. But God has surrounded me with so many amazing, I thank God for my sisters. I thank God for the women he put around me. Some amazing queens. And I think, and I shared this with her when we did our first kind of call. I was like, yeah, God, it's something that me and you gonna do together. And I never would tell her what it was, but yeah, God allowed this to happen. And so I'm excited. And then my other queen, we've been birthing some things out and working on some stuff. And I'm like, yeah, coach, she always say something, coach, you need a coach. And I'm like, yeah, we're going to talk about that tonight. We're going to talk about that. And so I'm excited to have these two queens here on this evening to share who they are, what they do, and then we are going to get in the conversation of mentorship. And if you are your first time joining, welcome. I am looking down at my phone, so don't think that I'm not paying attention. I'm just looking at my phone. Thank y'all for the love and the hearts. I see you guys. If this is your first time, welcome to HR Ministries Facebook Live series. Go back on our page, look at our videos. We have done so many Facebook Lives this year alone, and starting last year, God has really been blessing us and pouring out some words and wisdom on us. And hey, whatever God gives us, we give to you. And so we're excited to come today to further this conversation with mentorship. So I'm going to stop talking, and I am going to allow whichever queen wants to go first to introduce themselves, tell who they are, what they do, and we're going to get into the conversation. So whoever wants to go first.
Joy, do you want to go?
Okay, that's fine. Hello, all. I am Joey Iman Gresham, and I am a visionary and life coach. And my heart's desire and love is to pour into amazing, awe-inspiring women and moms. I know what it is like with struggles and new transitions and the roles that we take on as mothers and other additional roles. So I use every experience and my heart and the light that I have to share with those women and moms to help them through those transitions, to manage and never forget about themselves. So I also create gift boxes for moms in their different phases of life: pregnancy, fourth trimester, postpartum, grief, infertility, and a revive box for any woman. So that is a little bit about Joey Iman.
And I am Tonya Williams. I'm a transformational life coach, an author, a podcast host, and I really love just helping people discover and walk in their purpose. Everybody thinks that they have to have their life together in order to, serve God, but I help you become the best version of yourself right now. I meet you right where you are and help you get to where you want to be. And my overall goal is just to not leave you where I first met you. So my promises to you is just to be your biggest cheerleader and help you along the way with any kind of goal or anything that you need.
Listen to the stories and the testimonies of what these fabulous women do. Hey, we're going to drop their information a little bit later in the chat, but I want to also thank again in front of everybody. Thank you guys so much for joining this conversation with me. I am so super excited, and I know this is going to be life-changing for whoever is watching, whether they are watching now or the replay. So again, thank you ladies so much for agreeing to do this with me. And for those of you who do not know me, again, I am Charissa T, the visionary of HR, but that is not all that I do. I also coach aspiring authors or entrepreneurs such as myself. I am a teacher turned faithpreneur. And I couldn't do it without God and his help and his leading. And so I'm excited to be able to work with many, many, many women and men who is walking in purpose, who wants to get, I call them babies, but their books, their businesses, their products, and their services out. And I have the great opportunity to mentor. And here's the crazy thing. I didn't even know that's what I was doing. I was just helping, and God had to really break that thing down to me, like, yeah, this is mentoring. This is what you're doing, coaching, mentoring, and all of that. So we're going to get into it. So if you guys, hey, I see y'all, go ahead and share, and tag, get your friends here, because there is a word from somebody. Okay, so we're going to get this conversation started. There's no rhyme or reason how we're going to do this. We're just going to allow conversation to happen. And if you have a question, I see my team is on. Team, y'all drop those questions. If y'all see someone, wave a hand or do something so that I can get those questions to everybody and allow them to get those questions answered. So if y'all have questions, those of you who are watching live, go ahead and drop them. If you're watching the replay, still leave them. Our email address, our website, and all of that is located somewhere in this live. I know my team is dropping comments as we speak. And so let's get into it. It is 6:07. We're going to talk a little bit, dialogue a little bit, and then we'll take questions if needed. So let's talk about it. And anyone can kind of just jump in here. What is mentorship? When you think about mentoring and being mentored, first of all, we need to know what it is. So what is it? What is your definition of mentorship?
Well, for me personally, I take some of my experiences that I've been through and I use that to help others that have gone through the same experience, because anybody, let's be honest, anybody can coach. You know what I'm saying? But it's only effective if you've actually walked through the same thing that individual has gone through, because you've been there, you know the emotion behind it, the way that you handle it may not be the same way that they have to do it, but at least it's a blueprint and you can understand and really relate with that person. So to me, that's really what it's about, and also to encourage and just hold their hand and help them along the way and be the biggest cheerleader that you can be.
Mm-hmm. I love it. I love it. You, Joy, what is mentorship to you?
It's just intentionally pouring into someone, helping them along their personal journey as they walk in their purpose. And as Tonya said, you've experienced some of the same things that they have experienced or that they will experience. And so we have, it's a part of our purpose to pour into that individual so that we can make their path a little bit easier, based on our own experiences and the do's and don'ts that we have come to realize are do's and don'ts along this journey or a similar journey. So that is what mentorship is to me.
I like what both of you guys said, and Tonya, you said something that I want to kind of go back to. You said that anybody can mentor. We're going to expound on that. And then Joy, you said purpose. It's our purpose to push other people into and have them to go forth and be the best person that they want to be. So let's talk about it. Anybody can mentor. Everybody, like you said, has experience, right? We all go through certain things. One of the things that I've learned in this journey of being a mentor without even knowing that's what I was doing is I remember, I think it was a sermon from T.D. Jakes, and I may not be quoting this exactly correct, but I know that he stated something like to the point where you have to have two people around you. There's somebody who's always like above you doing things that you want to do, but there's also somebody who is, I won't say under you, but who's not where you are spiritually, that you're pulling them up. And Tonya, I want to hit on it because you said anybody can mentor. Let's talk about it. How, when you say anybody, just make it plain for everybody who's watching. Anybody can mentor. Let's talk about it.
Literally anybody who has lived long enough to be through some things and experiences. We experience these things so we can use those, challenges to help somebody else, not to set on them. But that's what, it's just like your testimony. That's what it's all about. So sometimes all you have to do is open up your mouth and speak, and God will put those people in your place that needs to be there. And, it can be somewhere like a restaurant, in the mall, an elevator, just conversation. They don't have to have known you from Facebook or anything like that, but just speaking to somebody, and that can open up the door for other things and other conversation. And, the thing about it is, God wants to use all of us. So he has put special gifts in each one of us. And sometimes like just a conversation, people say, I don't know what it is about you. They'll see me somewhere and they'll say, I don't know what it is about you, but I'm just attracted to you for some reason. And then they'll just like pour out their life story. And, those are the people that God puts in our lives. So I use that opportunity to just listen. For one, I think that's what a lot of people need today, is someone to just listen. And then, I share with them. I'm just open and transparent and very honest, because I think the best way to reach people is to be real and relatable.
That's good. That's good. And what you said kind of ties into what Joy was saying about purpose. Whether you know what your purpose is, see, we are so in this phase where we think purpose is being a minister, or purpose is, owning a church, or, doing certain things like that. But purpose can be you ministering or sharing your testimony to the next person, whether, like Tonya said, whether you know them or not. Purpose is you walking in, being who you are, but also sharing the good news, how you overcome, how you got through something with others. Being a light in a very dark world. In this time, in this season, man, so many people are hurting. So many people are gone from COVID and other, senseless crimes. So many people are hurting, and you don't know what your smile would do. You don't know what your hello would do. You don't know, y'all, I just have to be honest. Sometimes we can be so deep and spiritual and,
Yes.
walk around like, it ain't gotta be like that. Just be, like you said, real, raw, and relatable. Be able to talk to somebody, be able to say hello to somebody, be able to be a light amongst the dark world. And that's purpose. Purpose is you telling your story, you helping someone else. It's not that big like you're thinking, or like people make it out to be. So that's good. That's good. Anything else y'all want to share on that end?
I may be jumping the gun, but Tonya mentioned it, and I'm not sure if I touched on it, but it was on my mind if I didn't. As Tonya mentioned, being vulnerable and transparent is so impactful. A lot of times we go through things in our lives, and because it's so traumatic, too often we choose to keep it in our minds and our hearts. But that's not helping. It's not helping you as the person who's going through it, and it's not helping those around you who you could impact and enhance their lives. And so realizing that, yes, you may be going through a certain thing, whether it's through entrepreneurship, whether it's through motherhood, whether it's through whatever phase of your life or point in your life that you're experiencing something that could potentially be traumatic. It is up to you, it's up to us to be transparent and vulnerable so that our story can impact the lives of someone else who's going through a similar situation.
Yes, that's good. Because we've been taught, right? Don't let people know what's going on with you. Don't let people know that this happened to you. Don't let people know that this is going on in our household. We have been taught that since we were little. You don't tell people your business. You don't show any signs of weakness. You got to, stand tall. And what I've learned is it's okay to be hurt.
And I think it's toxic. It's toxic to us.
Yes.
Me and someone else was talking about this yesterday, and I didn't mean to interrupt you, but
no,
it's almost like for women, we heal by talking and expressing. Now, that doesn't mean we go out and tell our personal business to just anybody who will listen to us, but it's good to be surrounded by people. I feel that I can confide in you about anything. And instead of gossiping and telling my business, you're going to pray for me or pray with me. Right. And so when we go through things like that, that's how we heal. And that's why sometimes we have, there's nothing wrong with going to a small group or even getting therapy or getting a coach, because the more you talk about it, the more you're going to heal. And I know personally for me, the more I talk about things, when you get to that point where you can talk about it and it doesn't even faze you, or, you don't even whimper anymore, you are healed and whole. And that should be everybody's goal.
Mm-hmm. And when you get in that place of healness and being whole, you can go in turn help somebody else, because you know what it's like to be down, out, depressed, and down to your last, and so you want others to experience that joy that you have, that strength that you've gotten because you've overcome something. Listen, the comments are jumping. I just got to share some of this. Tisha says you got to be humble, open, and transparent. Come on here. Janice says your misery is a learning experience to minister. That is good. It is. It is. She said something else too, something you hit on, Tonya. Helping others is helping you to heal. Yeah, because, and I was just doing a video not too long ago about this, because I do coach authors who write their, personal testimonies and their stories. And I was sharing that, as you are writing your story and remembering or rehearsing those past experiences, your writing is your therapy, right? Your writing is you being able to overcome and really look at things at face value. Yes, this happened to me, but this is what else has happened to me after the fact. And so we get into a place where we're not able to use our stuff, but we're getting to a place to heal, right? Because guess what? Even in myself, when I talk about certain things and I'm, like you said, still crying, and sometimes you think you're healed. Here it is. You think you're healed, but you learn that you're not. And so that's why you're still able to have that little sigh or that cry, because you're really not healed. Ouch. I mean, I can attest to it. You think that you've overcome it. You think that you've gotten over it. Nah, it ain't all the way gone yet. And so guess what? As you are moving through life, each bit of that hurt and that pain, it goes away, but it doesn't happen. It's a process, and it is forever a process. My dad passed when I was 17, 18 years old. Every Father's Day, I was born on Father's Day. So every Father's Day, especially when it happens to be on Father's Day, that is a very hurtful time for me, because I am thinking about my dad is not here, and it's like still like yesterday. And there are going to be some moments that are still going to be tender to us, but we still be able to share our story and be able to heal along the way. Listen, y'all, I'm telling you, these comments are going off. We have a question though. Before I do this, we have a comment, and I want to elaborate on it before I go to this question. You must have a community. You must have community. Let's talk about it, ladies. What is a community and why is that so important?
Sorry, a community is your village. Those people who you trust, that will offer sound advice to you, or just listen, not even offering anything, but just a listening ear. Those people who you can trust, who have your best interests. And it may not even be people that you've known all of your life. It could be someone that you've just met, but but you know that you have that discernment that this person is for you. This person is the person, or one of the people God intended to be a part of your village.
Stop and rewind. I need you to say that line. Did you say it's not? Hold on. I need you to rewind that, because we got to break that thing down. It's sometimes not the person. What? Come on, help us, Holy Ghost.
That has been around all of your life. It could be someone that you just recently met, not even known for a month or a couple of weeks, but you have that discernment, and you know that God has intentionally placed this individual or this group in your life to pour into you and for you to be there for them.
There it is. It
doesn't. That's those divine connections, right?
Yeah. Oh, girl. Oh, y'all. I'm talking about that was so good. It doesn't have to be somebody from 10 years ago, your high school buddy. It could be somebody who you just met at a church group. Come on, somebody. Tonya talked about small groups.
Right.
Y'all don't know what small groups are. They're small number of people that you learn and grow with. Study the Bible with, do cooking classes with, I don't know, but it's a group of people who pour into you wherever you are. And it can be 4 or 5 or 6 or 7. It could be 20. I don't know. That's a small group, but it's a group of people that you grow and glow with. Man, that was so good. Oh my goodness. I had to stop right there. Okay. Here's the question. We got several questions. how can you, and you touched on this, how can you find the right mentor? How can you find the right mentor?
I personally think you don't find them, they find you. Just like we were talking about, they just so happen to come into your life. It could be someone that you're following on social media, and you don't know what it is about that person, but they keep popping up on your your timeline. And social media, we don't really know people, and we just scroll through there or whatever, but they're there for a reason. We've connected with them for a reason. Again, those divine connections. So I don't think they find us, we find them.
That's good. That's good. Joy, you want to tag in that?
Yes, I just want to say this piece, when intentionally wanting and desiring and pursuing a connection with someone, you have to pray about it. You have to pray for that connection, because everybody, you mentioned it earlier, everybody who is above you, who is in a place where you desire to be, is not intended to be your mentor. They are just in a place that you desire to be, but there is someone, that divine connection, there is someone who is at the place where you desire to be, or where you didn't know God wanted you to be. And that prayer will open the doors for you to be connected to that right person, because everybody is not assigned to you, and you are not assigned to everyone.
That's
it. A whole word. That's a
whole word and some. Give me your cash app. Let me bless you, ma'am. You are not assigned to everybody, and everybody is not assigned to you. So that is for the mentor and the mentee. You said it. You hit it on the nail. Praying. Man, let me tell y'all, quick plug. Before HR or Hello Ruth Ministries was started, I prayed for years for sisters. I prayed for sisters. I only had a brother. My brother passed when I was 22. We were 9 years apart. So me growing up, it was really like me by myself in the house. I think that's why I became a teacher, because I just remember playing teacher in school with my dolls. Like that's what it was. And so I prayed for sisters for years. And when I was introduced to small groups at my church that I go to now, it literally changed my life. I'm talking about, I joined that church, but here's the crazy thing. I joined that church in 2011, and I said, I don't want to meet not a soul. Just let me come in here, get this word, and go home. I don't want to do this. And that was because of previous church hurts or whatever from my previous church, and how I was trying to have relationships with people, but that's neither here or there. But I came to my now church, and I was like, I don't want this. I just want to go get this word and go home, until God kept fighting with me. He introduced me to this one sister, this one person who introduced me to 10 more people. And those 10 more people went to 20 people, and those 20 people jumped to 60. I was like, oh my, and now, Lord have mercy, I got so many sisters, it's hard to keep up with. But I prayed for that, y'all. Like, I prayed, and let me be clear. Because you said divine connections, even though I may not talk to everybody every day, or I may not see them, Lord knows, Joy, I hadn't just physically talked to you. It's been a while. And whenever we do talk, we just like this, that's a divine connection. That's how you know it's somebody, when y'all can catch up and you hadn't seen them for months and Sundays. And when y'all do get together, it's like, man, y'all catching up. That's the divine connections. It's so much I can say about Joy. Like, I didn't know she had a whole thing going on when I met her. She's so humble, y'all. And I was like, wait a minute, you doing what? Oh, shit. Oh no, you know, man. But it was just, it's amazing. Like, I prayed about who God wanted me to connect to. I prayed about everything. And God is so faithful. He will show you, he will connect you to people. He will put you on somebody else's mind, and they'll be like, hey, kid you not, hey, God told me we need to pray.
Your name.
We need to do something. He put you in my spirit for some reason. I don't know what it is, but I need to connect with you for something. And lo and behold, you like this. And I mean, we could be, I'm talking about casual, cordial for years, and God can divinely put us together for a season. And let me stop. Sometimes your mentor is not there for you all the long haul. It is for seasons in your life. They are not to do life with you forever and ever and ever. And let me back that up. Let me help somebody, because see, y'all get it, but let me help those who are listening. Meaning that there are going to be times when you and that person, or that person you're connecting to, is going to be in very constant communication during that season of your life, their life, whatever the case may be, whether it is you're gleaning from them or they are gleaning from you. And as a person, you have to do the dual role of a mentor and a mentee. Because if you don't have somebody mentoring you, but you always mentoring somebody else, something's wrong with that picture. You got to have somebody pouring into you and getting you together. Who checking you? You know,
right? There's no growth. There's no growth.
Come on, sis. None at all. So you may have somebody who is divinely connected for you, whether it's a year, 2 years, 3 years, 6 months, 3 months, however God want to do it. And then no shade, no nothing bad, but y'all shift. And it's okay. Doesn't mean that they got to walk with you every day of your life. Be okay with the shifting. That in this season, God has given you what you needed to get to where you are. Now he about to shift you and put you in a place with somebody else so you can get what you need. That's what it is. There's no, no thing, like nothing bad about that, but God does those things in seasons. And so you have to be, be okay with that. And anybody, because I can keep going on and on, y'all. I'm looking at the comments. Y'all jumping in here. Anybody else want to share anything that relates to something I just said, or a nugget or something you want to share? Okay.
I think you did a great job. a great job.
It just hit me like a ton of bricks. So I was like, okay, let me get that out. Okay, I got a question. As a mentee, what can we do as mentees to be coachable and teachable?
Ooh, that's a good one.
It is.
Personally, I've had some that just won't listen. So you have to, you find yourself just repeating the same thing over and over again. It's the same cycle, the same situation, the same episode that they keep having. And, I'm pouring my time into you that I can't get back. And, I want you to grow. I want you to succeed, but you have to do your part. I can give you the tools, but they don't work unless you do. So, me constantly having to repeat myself or keep giving you the same advice and you don't listen, eventually I'm going to have to, this season will be over.
Come on now.
A light way to put it, because you're wasting most of our time because you don't want to change, or you would have took the advice the first 2 times. I shouldn't have to keep telling you over and over again.
Come on, Tonya. Yes, Lord. Sometimes as a mentor, you got to learn how to cut the tie. And as a mentee, I mean, you got to do what they ask. You got to do what they're oh God, today. Like, that's something I should know. Seriously, y'all, like, as your mentor is going to share wisdom from their experience with you, right? They've already been where you've been in some shape, form, or fashion, whether it's not the same experience, but an experience where they can share truth with you. God is downloading some wisdom in them for you. And here's what happens, y'all. And I'm just going to go ahead and say it. I know somebody's going to probably log off, but it's okay. This is what happens. I mean, God has got me. He got me here. So I'm just going to do it. We sometimes get upset when people are telling us truth about us.
We can't be corrected. We don't want to be corrected.
Girl, don't make me work.
And if you can't take that, if you can't be corrected, you can't grow.
There it is. You don't want to grow. You don't need a mentor. What you need a mentor for, if the mentor can't do the job that they're called to do. They're supposed to get me together or get us together in love. And then they're going to say, okay, how you doing? After they done got you together. What's the purpose of us having a mentor if we're not going to listen to what they say? And not only that, do what they ask us to do. The Lord is leading them to tell us this. And most of the times, here it is, most of the times, we know we've had 15, 11 confirmations. And so God has given this person to tell us yet again what we need to do. And we go and let that thing go in one ear and out the other. No room for growth. Mm-hmm. No room for growth. Your mentor is there to guide you to your next step. I love it because my mentor, I'm taking you to your next. They're going to guide you to that next. And there is wisdom. I used to didn't understand it, but I get it now because they've already been in where the place that I'm going to. They may not have been there on that exact route, but in some shape, form, or fashion, they know where God is leading me, and they have the tools and the resources to give to me. I would be a fool if I didn't listen to the wisdom that they have. And if you're not sure, and let me say this, if you're not sure if that person, that mentor is telling you the right thing, then you need to seek guidance on it. You need to seek guidance for God. But most of the time, I don't know about anybody else, but this is just for me. Most of the time when my mentor talks to me, it is confirmation. It is confirmation. Now, what I tend to do with what they say is what I do with it. I can, listen and heed the voice of God through the woman or the man, or I cannot listen and go my own way and let God whoop me on the backside because he done gave me 15 and 11 confirmations and I'm still, okay, y'all.
You know what? The biggest thing is, I think people are afraid of being stretched. They don't like the pain you have to go through. But, what don't feel good to us is good for us. Ooh. And that's the part that they don't want to do. Sometimes you just got to rip it off like a Band-Aid and you've got to get to the root of things. And that's the part they don't like, to be uncomfortable. But we can't grow being in our comfort zone. And I think that's the one thing that usually turns a mentee away.
That's good, because they don't want to be uncomfortable. I mean, I've been there. I know we all have. Like right now, doing these Facebook Lives, I went back and looked at that mentorship video that I did, y'all. I was like, oh my gosh, Charissa, what were you doing? I didn't want to do that. Like I didn't want to do that. Like it was a struggle. Now it's easier for me to get on here and talk. But, it's easier now, but I still have my reserves because, I feel like I don't talk correctly all the time. I may throw a little ebonics in there a little bit, y'all, what's up? That's just how I am. I'm just being true to me, but sometimes I don't feel as if I am the right, to have the speaking voice or the part, but I'm like, okay, God, you told me to do it. We're going to work this thing some kind of way. You tell me what you want me to say. I'm just going to give you this word and let it go. But we do, man.
That's obedience.
That's obedience. Say it again.
That's obedience. Mm-hmm.
And the thing about it is too,
obedience, not just to. Oh,
go ahead.
I was just going to say, and not just obedience as it concerns God, but also the person that God has placed in your life to serve as that mentor.
There it is. Because guess what he's leading us is not for us. Right. The three of us on here before we got on, we knew that somebody this moment was divine and designed for somebody who is watching, because all of the hell we had to go through to get here. Like, I'm for real. Like, we knew that. Because I was like, y'all okay over there? I don't know. This right here, like this right here is this. I don't know what is about to go down, but like, yeah, it's not for us. It's for that person who God has assigned to watch this word or to go back and look at the replay or whatever the case may be. It's for them. So all of this, that these nuggets and these things that he's dropping, he's trying to put out revelation so that we can all be better. I'm gleaning from y'all. I'm just sitting up here like, come on here. About to run around my house.
And I piggyback off what you said, where you said that you didn't really like your voice or you didn't think that you looked the part. I struggled with the same thing because I have a real thick Southern drawl and I never liked my voice. But I found that that's the main thing God is using.
Yeah.
Is the one I was most insecure about. And so it goes back to what Joy was saying with obedience. I remember one day I was praying. I was like, okay, God, I just want to do your will. You know, however you want to use me. I know you want to use my voice. And, you know, I just want to do what you want me to do, you know. Yeah. And I would not speak because of my Southern drawl. I thought it was just too twangy. And when I was praying, I heard the Holy Spirit say, I've already given it to you, but you refuse to use it.
My Lord.
So from that day forward, you know, I just did it. I did whatever it was scared. I would say yes to those opportunities that I normally would not say yes to. Mm-hmm. Even though I didn't know how to do it, how I was going to figure out, I just faked it till I made it. Mm-hmm. And you just have to do it and do it scared. And that's how I've managed to get to the point to where I am now. I didn't know what I was doing. And like you, I didn't really... People would not believe this, but to this day, I don't go back and listen to my own podcast because I don't like the way I sound, you know, or interviews or anything like that. But I'm just stepping out on the will of God and what he has asked me to do. And, you know, the one thing about God is if you don't be obedient, then he's only going to prompt you so many times and then he'll be giving the thing he was going to give you to somebody else.
My Lord, today.
Yes.
Y'all are cutting up on here.
Can I say one thing before we move on?
Say it, sis.
So what came to me regarding that question and listening to you all is that there are two things that are key in addition to what you all have already spoken, and that is knowing the correct definition of a mentee is one, and two is being honest with yourself. Because if you don't know what the definition of a mentee is, you can't serve as a mentee. And if you are not transparent and honest with yourself and where you are in this journey and in this current phase of your life and the reason why you're seeking mentorship, then you won't be able to listen. You won't be able to be obedient because you're not in a space where you are honest with who you are and where you are at this moment in time. So if you're not doing those things, you can't move on to even establishing a real connection with a mentor because it's not an authentic relationship. Authentic relationships are honest and transparent. And if that is not in the mix, then you have nothing.
Yes, that's so good. That's good.
Yes, that is, sis. You need to know the definition of the mentor and mentee. What's your role? What's their role? And what is your role as a mentor? Because again, you are also pulling somebody else up along the way, whether you realize it or not. You are.
Oh, each one teach one.
Girl, yes. Yes, listen, these comments, listen to this, y'all. Everyone has an audience assigned to them and they're waiting on your voice.
That's good.
And this is, I'm going to talk to not the mentor, but I'm talking to the mentee because I feel like sometimes the mentee feels like they don't have, because they are gleaning from someone else. They are not in a place to help somebody else grow or pull up, because that was me. When I first started, when we first started this small group and it was time for somebody to lead it, I was like, listen, Lord, trying to learn more about you. What you mean? Helping somebody else? What is that? Like, I need you to help me.
You just somebody who's
right now, like, can it just you and I, you, uno and dos. Like, I don't, not tres, cuatro, cinco, seis. Like, no. Like, I just want this thing between you and I. And God fought me tooth and nail. It's like, no, ma'am. What you gonna do is you gonna start this, you. And the people who are coming behind you, you're pulling them along and you're growing as well too. So it's not just, I really feel so strong because I think there are people, and maybe you're watching now or you're watching the replay, feel like because you are being mentored or you want mentorship or you're seeking that you cannot help somebody else along the way. And the devil is a whole lie. You may not know all the Bible scriptures. Shoot, I don't know all of them. I can't quote them all myself. I don't know about nobody else. I'm just talking about me. So now I have to go back and look. Now, where they come from? I'm just saying, like, I don't know it all. You know, I have to go back and look. Y'all laughing at me, but I am so serious. Like, I'm not that Bible thumping, knowing every verse and where this and that, where the story. That's just not me. I can tell you of it, but you know what scripture, passage, verses, message. I gotta, you know, I'm still working. God's still working. Okay. I ain't got all that yet. I don't know all that.
Right, because they don't either. And it's okay to say, I don't know. Like, I've been, you know, speaking before, and I say, I don't, you know, I'll quote something and I'll say, well, it's in the Bible in there somewhere. I don't know where it is, but it's in there. You know, it's okay. I think that's what helps people like cling to us a little more. Like we were talking about being real and things like that. Is because we're on. It's okay to say, you know, we don't have it all together. We don't know.
Yeah. It is. And that transparency, like in being relatable, is something that you said is needed. But I think is what it is that we have to understand that we all, whether you're the mentor or mentee, have gone through something, and we can share a beacon of hope and light to somebody, whether they are going through now or, you know, there's been times, listen, I tell you, me and my mentor, we be going back this thing together. Like I'm encouraging her, she encouraging me. That's just how we do it. You know, that's how we rock, because we're all going through something. And you want to be able to be a beacon of hope and a light to somebody wherever you may think they're, you know, their status or their level or spirituality or whatever, wherever it is, you just want to be a voice of hope. You want to use that voice and be that person who someone can look up to, because that's whether you the mentor or the mentee, whether you know it or not. And this would change my life. Someone is watching you. It could be the people in your house. It could be your children. It could be your mom. It could be that coworker. It could be somebody who sits next to you every Sunday or every other Sunday at church. It could be somebody on Zoom, somebody in your small group. Somebody is watching you, whether you know it or not. And they are looking at how you do things. They're looking at how you handle things. They're looking at how you maneuver. And that's for anybody. That's for the mentor, the mentee, the NT, and anybody else y'all want to call it. Somebody is watching you. And once you get that revelation, and once you understand, okay, listen, okay, yeah, I get it now. I know that I may be going through, and I think about, I love Ruth. That's why this ministry was named after Ruth, and Ruth in the Bible. But I love Naomi. Naomi was this bitter person. She had some grief. She had some issues. She was hurting, but she was able to get Ruth to her destination, despite her being bitter. So don't y'all get it. Like, don't disqualify the person who's hurting and going through something as to if they can't help you get to your next season, because we all have been there.
And I think we, as the mentor, can learn from the mentee. So sometimes they teach us rather than us always teaching them.
That's good. That's good. That's good, y'all. That's good. Yes, God. I'm going through these comments. He will use the very thing we hate or don't think is worthy. Yes, God, Pastor Michelle, he sure will. There has to be application. Otherwise, by default, it is set to repeat. Ooh, application goes back to what we talked about, right? You got to apply what you are listening. You can't, what you're hearing. You can't just not just take it in and let it just build up and it's all this head knowledge. You got to do some work. God says we have to be hearers and doers. So you got to put in some work behind it. Love it, love it, love it. Y'all, this is good. This is good. Yes, someone is always watching. We want elevation without evaluation.
Ooh, that's good.
I'm just going to throw my phone to the side. We want elevation without evaluation. Oh my goodness, Lord have mercy. Yes, God. When I tell y'all these comments are jumping, they are jumping. Oh my goodness. Listen, y'all, we are just honored to be able to be here. God has moved on this. I don't know about y'all, but oh my goodness. Oh, listen to this, y'all. People will say they want guidance and are not telling the whole truth about where they are and how they got there.
Ooh, that's good. That's real good.
Listen, I'm about to put y'all on here on this live. Let me hold on. I can't say, I think this is LaSharn. She said transparency is key. I'm sorry if I messed up your name, sweetheart. I'm so sorry. She said transparency is key. Y'all dropping them gems on this evening. We can't grow being in our comfort zone. Yes, Lord. This is good, y'all. This is good, man. I want to go back before we get ready because we said we're going to be on here 1 hour and I'm going to keep y'all for about 15 more minutes. But I know we talked about the role. We kind of hit on it a little bit, but let's be clear about the role of a mentor and the role of a mentee. And let's get that out, and then we'll take any other questions, and then I'll let you guys share how people can get connected to you. The role of the mentor and the mentee. Let's talk about it.
I think, but when we talked about the mentee being, when I talked about the mentee being transparent and honest about where they are and what has transpired along this journey, it's also the responsibility of the mentor to be transparent and honest, because you can't be an effective mentor leading those who are in need if you are not honest. About where you are and where you've been and the pitfalls that have occurred along the journey. So a mentor is definitely someone who is willing to step up to the plate, to be vulnerable and transparent in their story, their experiences as they serve someone else, because that is a part of the ministry exchange.
Yeah, that's good.
I don't think it's fair to the mentee for the mentor to take them on and to help them along the journey when they haven't really experienced some of the things that they're struggling with, because I don't believe that they can lead them out of a place of experience. Anybody can Google or, give you random advice, but it takes someone who's really been through those same things in order for it to be effective. And that's in my opinion. Because I don't think it's fair for the mentee. I've coached people and they'll tell me, oh, this is what I need help with. And I'm honest. That's why I say every coach needs a coach. I surround myself with other coaches because there's been instances, I'm not going to keep taking your money for you to pay me to coach you, but I've not experienced any things that you're talking to me about. So I will say, you know what? I've never been through that, but I know somebody who has. So if you don't mind, I can provide you with their information, because I think that's just wasting both of our times.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. And I think too, like for, you know, you said like for a mentor to be vulnerable and to share their experiences. I look as a mentor as being a more experienced person who's able to teach a less experienced person. They're able to coach them. They're able to give them knowledge and wisdom based on where they have been versus you know, where they are right now or where they're trying to get to, because a mentor is more experienced. A mentor does know more about a certain thing. I think I shared before, like if I'm going to say this too, the mentor doesn't always have to be older than we are, because there are children, there are young adults who have gone through traumatic experiences and can be able to tell us how to get through some things that we had happen to us when we were a child. Yet this 24, 25, 26-year-old has been through hell and high water and can teach you some stuff. So we don't discredit the age, don't look at the age, but look at their experiences as well. I think too, mentors are kind of like your models and your midwives. They're going to help you get to that, like I said, your next, get to where you're trying to go. They're going to help you get to where you're trying to be. They see stuff in us that we don't see. They see those blind spots. They see those things that, you know, we are blind and we can't see can't see it clearly. They have more wisdom and knowledge on that, and they can tell us those things. And so yeah, that's my my spin on what a mentor is. Let's talk about that mentee.
Again, transparency is key, and you have to be able to everything we say, whether it's constructive criticism or what, you have to be able to receive it. Because if you can't take even the smallest, how are we going to push you into your destiny if you can't handle us, telling you, this is what you need to do, this is what you're doing wrong? That's gonna block your growth.
That's it. And it's so many people who want someone, their mentor, whether they calling it a mentor or not, but they want them to side with them. And your mentor is not going to side with you. They're going to get you together in love and tell you the real, raw, honest truth, whether you want to hear it or not. And then they still going to love on you after they tell you.
And if you're in a like if all your friends or your circle, if they're always amening everything you do, you got the little amen circle in the back, you need to get a new circle, because nobody's perfect and we're not going to grow. Some things we may do and we may not know it's wrong or we're not doing it correctly, because you have the amen corner. You have nobody pulling your coattail and saying, hey, you don't need to be doing that, or you don't need, so I think that's very important that you evaluate that on a, maybe a quarterly basis or whatever. If all your friends, you're growing and they're not, it's time to cut some people loose and get a new circle. For sometimes, there's seasons where it's just you and God alone. You're going to be isolated and you're going to have to be by yourself, but that's so you can hear him clearly and do what he's called you to do. Sometimes these people around us, we can't grow because they're a distraction, because misery loves company. Come on now. They don't want you to grow, so they keep pulling you back with them doing the foolish things that they do.
Come on, sis. Teach it.
Somebody said one time, show me your contacts and I can show you your future. That's good. That right there shows you, look at the people who saved in your favorites, who you talk to the most, and what are they doing? Are y'all all still just, doing the same things you were doing in college or high school? If you're not you got to be, there's levels to this. It's like an onion. You got to keep, elevating.
That's good. I love it. She said, pull out that phone and see who your favorite 5 is. What is it? Is it 5? Y'all, I don't know. But see who those who y'all talking to the most. And what are they doing? What are they doing? Man, this is some good word, y'all. This is a good word. Yes, Dominique says maturity. We got to have it in this season. We gotta have it. I just believe, man, and this has been in my spirit, and I don't want to really release it real like that. But I do believe, man, God is getting ready to do some great and mighty things in a lot of our lives. And we have to be in that posture of maturity, man. We got to be able to, I heard, evaluating ourselves, evaluating our circumstances, our friends, our family, our money. We got to be in a place of evaluating some things, making room for some things, allowing God to increase our capacity in some things, because there's something God is trying to get to us. I said it before and I said again, he wants to get something to us. And so we got to make room. We got to get around the right people. We got to get around the right things. We got to let some things go.
We got to stop walking around like this.
Cut.
You can't catch blessings with closed fists, so you got to let some things and some people go.
We just talked about that on our prayer call, y'all. Jude 1 and 2. God told us to relax, rest, and be open. Be open. We can't have a closed fist. We can't be closed off. We got to be open and ready to receive. My God, on today, y'all, this conversation can go on and on and on. I again just appreciate you all so much for being able to get on here. Yes, iron sharpens irons. They saying preach, y'all. This word was good. I feel a part 2 coming real soon, so y'all be ready. Y'all go ahead, let me know when y'all available. I feel a part 2 coming soon, because we really need to get into that maturity thing and that obedience, walking into that obedience. I just feel a tug on that, like it's so needed. And God doesn't want you to derail your destiny. Like he's trying to, somebody out there, he's trying to get you to walk in the alignment that God and the things that God has for you, but you got to get into that place of obedience. Somebody has been.
You know what? I think they can't walk in obedience because I think some people struggle whether if they're hearing from God, if it's God that they're hearing from. So I think that's where the obedience struggle comes into play.
That's good. That's good. That's good. Knowing his voice. Mm-hmm. knowing who's talking to you, because the enemy talks too.
Right. And this goes back to what you all were saying. We're so accustomed in this culture, being distracted is a norm. You know, the TV on, the radio on, side conversations, 1,000,001 people around you. All of these distractions are norms for us, but it's so uncomfortable and it's so unusual to just sit by yourself and to be still. That's not a common practice for a lot of people. And because it's uncommon, they can't discern and process anything else that's needed in order to propel them to where they need to be.
Yes, God. That's good.
And piggyback off that, Joy, you have to be in tune with God. So you have to have that relationship with him. And like you said, you have to be in a quiet place. When you have all these distractions and things like that going on, social media is one of our biggest time killers. Let's be honest. It used to be TV. Now it's social media. You know, Apple has this screen thing that comes up once a week to tell you how long you've spent on each app, texting and all that. And, you know, a lot of people don't like it, but I do, because it's a self-check for me. Like, okay, I'm spending too much time on this and not enough time in my word, or not enough time with God. And that's the only way you're going to learn to discern, is it the enemy or is it God? Is if you have that relationship and you get to a quiet place where you can hear him.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Y'all, we definitely got to get together, because it's a part 2. God is, it's a part 2, part 3, 4, and 5. But we need to talk, y'all. So y'all get ready. I'm gonna be calling y'all real soon. So we can connect some dates. Listen, again, you guys, thank y'all so much for just being a vessel, man. You guys have dropped so much wisdom. The comments, I'm looking in the corner of my eye like they just going off. So when y'all get a chance and get in your quiet space, go back. I know, Tonya, you said you don't like to listen, but go check those comments out, man. They are dropping some nuggets. And before we end, y'all, I do want you to share like how they can stay connected to you, your email address, websites, and all that kind of things. And we'll also put it on our page as well, so they can connect to you, because y'all have some awesome things going on. We have the box, the mom's box. I'm gonna have to get one of those one day. Hey, listen, I don't have any kids yet, but one day. Come on, Lord, do it for me right now. Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
That's the key word. Yes. Speak it into existence.
Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. And then the books. I'm not going to talk about them too much because I don't know what I can and cannot say, but my sister has a book, and I think, Joey, don't you have a book as well? Do you have is it a book or some type of?
Oh, no, not yet, but you may be speaking that into existence, but not yet.
Oh, okay. Yeah, ma'am.
You can share whatever. I'm open.
Yeah, so Tonya has her book and workbook that's getting ready to drop, and she has a lunch party that's coming. All of that information will be posted on our website and our Facebook and Instagram page, so you guys can know what's happening. Joey has an amazing coaching for moms. So if you are a mom and you need that that experience, that coaching from her, listen, y'all connect with her. So go ahead, you guys, shout out your Instagram pages, how they can stay connected to you.
I'm on Instagram. I'm spiritually_grounded, and I'm on Facebook under Tonya Williams Life Coach. And my email address is tonyawilliams01@gmail.com, or my website is www.tonyawilliamslifecoach.com.
Thank you.
And I am on Instagram and Facebook at Joey Iman, JoiIman LLC. And my email address is revive, REVIVE, @joeyiman.com, and website joeyiman.com, JoiIman.com.
Yes, listen, y'all go and follow these two amazing queens. I love y'all to life. Oh my gosh. Okay, we got to connect because we already know part 2 is coming. So yeah,
a conference. I feel a conference, not
yes.
Yeah,
y'all not gonna
that's your thing. That's your thing. That's what God is doing. Maybe that's it.
Is Letitia Dice on here? Do y'all hear this? My God, today. My goodness. So yes, I'm just going to say yes.
And teamwork makes the dream work. So if you say yes, then we'll split it down the middle.
Y'all don't do this to me right now. I'm trying not to cry. Don't do this to me, y'all. Yes, but yes, that's all I'm going to say.
Okay.
Yes, amen. Yes and amen. Y'all are so absolutely right. It's in the making. So thank y'all so much. Listen, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, however you guys are watching this, thank y'all so much for watching this live. I love you guys so much. Please stay connected with us, man, for more information and more webinars and sessions and conversations. This was a conversation. We not pulling out notes. You know, I had some stuff written down, not, you know, I'm glancing at it every now and then, but we allow God to just have his way and just say and do whatever it is that he wants to do on these lives. And that's how we flow. We allow him to speak to us. And when it comes up, it just comes out. And you can see the energy from each and every last one of us, man. This is real. This is raw. This is what we do. This is how we are. We love y'all so much. I speak blessings to Joey and Tonya and all of you guys who are watching. I pray that as you guys leave this Facebook Live, this YouTube video, wherever you are, that you leave blessed. I pray that you guys are empowered. I pray that you guys are better than you were before you got on here. I thank you so much for your lovely smiles and faces. I just thank God for y'all, man. Continue to keep rocking with us. For those of you who are watching, continue to go to our website, www.helloruth.org. Get connected. Stay connected. We need community. Stay connected. Stay connected. Click that link. Join the email list, man. I try my best. I try not to send so many, but God has so much going on. And so I've been sending them quite frequently lately, but I try not to overload your emails. But when God gives me something to share, I try to send it out to you. I pray that it's something encouraging to you guys. You can stay connected for more things to come. HR Ministries, we thank God for you guys. Again, Joey, Tonya, I love y'all to life, and I will be talking to you soon. Thank you so much for taking out this hour, a little bit over an hour of your time to share with those who are watching now or watching the replay. Listen, if you joined late, you got to go back, get all of this. Catch the replay. And if you are joining, say replay. So that I can know that you're catching it. But listen, y'all, I love y'all. And I pray that you guys have a great rest of your night. Bye, y'all.
Bye. Love you. Bye-bye.
Love you guys. Bye.